Video from my November 14th, 2015 dive to Scripps Canyon and Murray Head aboard the Marissa. Our plan for Scripps Canyon was going to be 130 feet for 30 minutes. As you can see, we dipped down a little bit at the beginning. The bottom of the little tributary canyon that leads into Scripps Canyon is actually 140 feet, so when we were laying our strobe down, we really didn't have a choice. The visibility was stunning. Many folks said that this was the clearest they've seen Scripps Canyon ever. My dive buddy X and I did this dive on a scooter. We both were diving Dive Extra Sierra scooters. I've sped the video up here in a few places. I just wanted folks to get a perspective of what the topography of the canyon was like. There was no current, there was no surge. This was an excellent day to go diving. Had I had an opportunity, what I probably would have liked to have done is to do one dive on the scooter and then one dive slowing down to look at all the nooks and crannies. I think I found all of the lobster that were missing from my San Clemente dive last weekend. There was this one patch right here with 20 plus legal lobsters. However, Scripps Canyon is a marine protected area. It's part of the La Jolla Canyon system of marine protected areas. This is video of heading to the right. When you get out of the tributary canyon, you head right, which I think is north-ish. As you can see, the walls are very, very sheer, and they're sort of crumbly. From what I understand, down below, there's, like, for lack of a better word, sort of a landslide area where there's some boulders that are piled up. This was a particularly neat little mini cave system. At this point, X and I turned around and headed back. Here's that little school of rockfish that you saw earlier. I don't know why sometimes fish stop in a particular place and just gather there. It's not like they're feeding on something. This is more video of the way back. We set the strobe at a certain depth so that way we know which canyon to veer up to get back to the boat. It's a really welcome sight when you start to see the flashing strobe, as you can see here. However, we had a few extra minutes left on our dive plan, so we decided to head to the left, which is back toward La Jolla Shores. As you can see, the topography on this side of the canyon is much different. It's much smoother. There's much less nooks and crannies to look in. There are nudibranchs everywhere. This is a really great site for macro photography, and on a day like this, I can only imagine the quality of photos. This is my dive profile from my Murray Head dive. The plan here was 150 for 25 or so minutes. And it's really neat the amount of information that you can glean from these dive profiles, because you can see exactly how deep the anchor was by the little ledge at 120 feet where I was busy attaching my reel and detaching the reel. This is what it looks like when you head to the left after you drop down from the pinnacle. It starts off really sheer, but then fades to the back of the pinnacle, which is a sort of a flatter, smooth, sandy bottom. It's a really beautiful dive site, and in general, the visibility is better in Murray Head than it is at Scripps Canyon. The visibility, frankly, is better than in most places in San Diego. It's a really pretty dive. Some folks on the boat had hit the bottom of Murray Head. They said it was something like 200-ish feet, 250-ish feet. Nobody did today. Most people limited their depth to about 200. X and I were at 150. The animals here are different. You can see these big barrel sponges. You can also see a lot of the sea fans that you really don't find as much in Scripps Canyon. What's interesting is this is just around the corner from Scripps. Once again, we set our strobe, and it was the beacon home. These were amazing dives and a really great time.